Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're doing a review tutorial and swatches of the Bambi collection from Colourpop. Now I'm not 100% sure if I have the entire collection because I can't for the life of me remember what exactly that collection consisted of. I know that I have all three of the palettes. I have the lip gloss set, the Lux Gloss. I do have the this is the Cream Gel Liner Trio, and I have the Oh Dear False Lashes. Now, I'm going to start with the lashes because I don't have them on, so I might as well just show them off to you guys. I like the packaging. I just didn't want to wear them today because allergies. Allergies right now, it's so bad right now. Like the air outside in Sacramento is so bad that my eyes are watering. I never get allergies, like never. And it has to be super bad for me to be going through it. So the other day I showed up to my sister's house and I just sounded like this. And she's like, do you want something? I was like, I don't know, man. This never happens to me. I was all stuffed up. My eyes were like itchy, watery. She gave me one pill. I gave it like 20 minutes and I was like, woo, man, it just took it all away. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it. The other day my eyes were watering when I was doing another video, so I didn't want to put them on because I just didn't want them to irritate my eyes, and I feel like it's going to be a waste of a lash, right? Or wear of a lash. But these are pretty. I think they're really simple. They look pretty simple. So those are the lashes. Next, I'm going to do the cream gel liners real quick. I used one in my tutorial today. I used the purple one. This is the one that's like more of a berry tone purple. It's called a Purty, P-U-R-T-Y. I used it in my waterline. You can't even tell it's there. I'm just letting you know. I don't feel like any of these are worth it. I kind of bought them on a whim because I only really wanted the metallic one, which is the one that's called Raindrops. Like this one sold out so quickly. It's super pretty, super unique. That's the one that I wanted. And I'm not 100% sure if I could remember, but I swear that I think this one was supposed to be bought as a trio and not separately. I could be wrong, but as far as memory serves me, I could have sworn you couldn't buy them separately, that you have to buy, you have to buy them in the trio, which is probably why I did it. Or I did it for the video. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm just trying to remember as best as I can back then because I got it on launch day, obviously, but I tend to forget things over time if I don't, if I take forever to do the review. There's like a guarantee I'm not going to remember what the heck happened that day. So Meadow right here is this, like, I want to call it like a vanilla yellow sort of. This one is unique too. It's a matte, but do I feel like you need it? Heck no. It looks like a pasty, god-awful yellow for like Easter maybe, but I feel like as a waterline thing, maybe it's too opaque. It looks too opaque. I've seen some people who thought about using in their waterline and then it's too much for the waterline, and I don't know how else would you use it. Maybe a line across the eyelid. I don't know. Just FYI, that's just my opinion. You don't have to listen to me. Go ahead and buy the whole dang thing. If you guys like all three, buy all three. I personally used this one today. This is the Purty one. This is really super pretty. Now, as far as use on the waterline, you could use it. It stands out, but in the way that I used it today, because I have a purple look, you can't tell it's there in the waterline because this whole bombardment of just purple all over my lid, right? It's not that it's a bad color. This one's super pretty. I mean, out of all three, obviously, I'm going to recommend Purty, and I'm going to recommend the metallic one, which is called Raindrops. These are super cute. But if you're going to do the flower palette, I would recommend not using these at all on your eye. Unless you're doing it like maybe with Bambi or Thumper maybe, then it'll stand out more. You'll tell that it's there. With the flower one, it's like, I might as well not be wearing anything. It's just, you just can't tell it's there. But still, like, it's pretty. It's not bad, okay? Now, next we have the three Lux Glosses. I'm not crazy about these. I honestly went back and forth. I wanted just to buy the flower one, which is the purple, because I thought that was like the most unique of the three. But in the end, I caved in and I bought all three. Okay, don't judge me. I'm a very impulsive buyer. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm a sucker. I get sucked in just like everybody else. But do you need these? Probably not. Do you want them? I'm thinking you do. This is the Thumper one. It is a light pastel pink. And it got all these gold tone shimmers throughout it. I'm just going to do a real quick arm swatch for you guys. And you honestly, I don't even think you guys need lip swatches, but I will give you guys lip swatches. But look, on my brown skin, you cannot tell it's even there. It's all clear sheens, just like straight up glitter. What you're paying for is the glossy glitter. Then you have Bambi here. Bambi looks like it has a light brown tint and just all these green and gold shimmers throughout it. Like the glitter is like green and gold. It's pretty. It's just not, like I said, look, it's not pigmented. Like you can see that little hint. You see that tiny little hint of brown that I'm pretty sure will not show up on my lips. I mean, all of them smell the same, okay? Lux glosses all smell the same. They smell like cotton candy to me. To someone else, they might smell like sweet, but to me, they smell like cotton candy. This is the flower one. This one is, okay, so this one's called Flower. The one that I did is, oh, they're going by their little people. So this is just Bambi. And the one that I just did first was called Thumper. So that's good, you know, easier for me to remember what the heck we're talking about. But this one has a purple tint to it. And it has little pink and purple glitters throughout it. This one is the same, exactly the same as the other two. Like, oh, look at that. It has a tiny bit of lavender purple in it. Like the tiniest bit. Practically nothing, you guys. Like, it might as well just be glass with glitter. That's it. I don't even know why they bothered putting tint in there. Like, why? Colourpop, why? You can't even see it. So, I'm just going to do real quick lip swatches. And I'm just going to, you know, do this. I'm not even going to talk. Put it on. You guys get a close-up. And then we'll be right back, okay? Okay, so that's it for the lip swatches. If you guys want to know what I have on my lips right now, I just use my Morphe lip liner that's called My Jam, and I put Flower in the middle, okay, for like the gloss. And yeah, it's like I said, if I have to recommend out of the three, I would suggest Flower. Flower just has this little berry tint to it, and you can, the glitters look so freaking pretty. Even on my pigmented lips, they stand out, you know, from close up. You can see it, obviously. The sheen of it, just like all the glitter is glistening in the light. It looks super pretty. So either one is fine. Like I said, there's no tint really. But it's how you use them. Like right now, you know, I obviously lip liner, it works for anyone. So just depends, you know. Go ahead, you guys. Buy if you want. So I'm going to start with Thumper. I have all three, like I said. They're pretty much the same when they come in the packages, right? The packaging is pretty much the same. It has Thumper right here. It says Bambi, Thumper, Colourpop. In the back, it has all of the names, shade names. And it says Thumper Palette. These are super small. I wasn't thrilled when I got them. These are so freaking small. They're like Oompa Loompa small. And that's pathetic. I was so bummed. I was so bummed because I said, I just wasted my money. I wasted my money on these Oompa Loompa palettes. Like, I was heated. And then, you know, okay, so I went and did the tutorial the other day using Thumper. Thumper has a really cute mirror. All of them have a really cute mirror. Of course, you can only ever see your little part of your eye. It's not like you can see your entire lid. I guess for someone like me who really needs to get in the crevices because I'm, you know, blind from far away and astigmatism, it's better to have stuff close up and it helps you do the eye look a lot better. So in that way, I guess it's okay, you know. Each little mirror is covered with a little plastic. You have Thumper right here in the corner, which is super cute. And they give you 5 shades. Now, of these 5 shades, Only 4 were usable for me. Now, I don't want to tell you guys that, you know, obviously this can work for someone lighter toned in skin tone. These ones are pretty much close, like scary close. They might as well be maybe cousins. The tone difference is not that far off. So that's why I didn't use that one. It was a little bit too light for my taste. But definitely the Thumper palette, out of the 3 palettes, Thumper palette was the one where I least expected it to do anything. Like, I wasn't looking forward to it, right? That was the first palette I used. And it blew me out of the water. I did not expect it. I was like, oh, I'm not going to like this. These freaking cool tones look awful in person. But the eye look that came from it, I actually liked it. I loved it. It was super cute. I'm just not crazy about this one right here. It's called I'm Thumping. Now, that green goes on gorgeous. It is super intense, metallic. It stands out so, so much. But after 2-3 hour wear, it kind of looked like a dead sage color. And I was not here for that. So definitely, this is the one I would say if you really want it, I would wait until it goes on sale. Don't go throwing your money away on these little Oompa Loompa thingies unless you're getting it for cheaper than what Colourpop wants to sell it to you for. I'm a huge, huge Disney freak, you guys. The original movies, like, you know, Cinderella, Ariel, I can say every single line in those dang movies word for word, like no joke. I was one of those type of kids that my sister, my mom bought Cinderella on VHS, and as soon as the movie was done, I made her rewind it and play it again. It got to her so much, she's like, I wanted to kill you along with Cinderella because that's how bad you had it for these movies. Now, Bambi wasn't up there on my favorites, and that's only because I don't like movies with sad endings. I cannot do movies where someone dies or, I don't know, the couple doesn't end up together. That irks me. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to give you guys real quick swatches. I'm going to start with Miss Bunny and go straight across till we get to the end of this one right here. So Miss Bunny, super cute. I used it as my inner corner highlight that day. It is like a pinkish champagne tone shimmer. I love it. It's really pretty. Like I said, I had no problems with that one. Out of this palette, it's definitely one of the pretty ones. Next, you have that one that I didn't use, which is Friend Owl. I just think that it clashes too much with my skin tone, that it looks like I have nothing on. I can't remember if I did try it, but you guys see how taupe it is? It's like a taupe. And it looks off on my skin tone. That's why I wasn't thrilled about it. For someone lighter, or if cool tones look nice on you, I think it'll still work for you. I just think the darker you may be, it might be like maybe a really good primer will make it pop more. But right now for me, it's like it didn't do nothing for me. I wasn't feeling it. I'm Thumping is that green color. Like I said, when you swatch it, oh my God, you guys. It is so intense, so bright green in your face that it's so pretty. It just, it's a beautiful color. It's just after 2-3 hours, dude, it was gone. Long Ears is actually my transition shade I used that day. It's a really pretty taupey matte. I liked it. It's really intense. Like I said, look at that. You guys, they only look like maybe 2 tones difference. They're not that far off from each other. And then last you have a Great Big Feel. This one is another darker tone of like a taupe, but it has micro glitters in there. And I'm not crazy about those matte with glitters. Like, I am so sick and tired of Colourpop putting these god-awful matte with glitters. The glitters just flake off. That one did flake off. And I remember, I think it was this one. No, it was Bambi. Bambi had a ton of fallout. Oh, God, I can't even begin to tell you guys how bad it was. But those are all the shades of this Thumper palette, okay? So let's move on to Bambi now. Bambi, I used all these shades right here. I didn't get to use Little April Shower, and that's because it's this very light brown, almost with like a tint of yellow. I did not like it. I straight up, when I used this palette and I looked at my eye look, it was just okay. I don't gravitate towards neutrals. I don't have anything against neutrals. I have a very love and hate relationship with neutrals. Some neutrals work for me. Some of them just don't measure up to my expectancy. This one was one of those ones where I don't feel like the look that I created that I probably could have gotten from my Little Ray of Sunshine palette. You know, the Sunflower palette from Colourpop? I feel like there's a lot of, you know, similarities between those two palettes. And I was like, I could have got this from... I mean, the only difference is this beautiful gold shimmer, which I'm here for. But the other ones, I don't know. They look very similar. So I'm going to start with Little April Shower. This is that first one. And I told you guys, it's very, very yellow tone, matte. Almost like, I don't even know. Look, it's not even coming out. It's 3... swatches, and look how powdery that is. Look at that. That's not worth it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't even use it, because I'm like looking at it like, I don't know. Good nose. Maybe it'll perform differently on the eye. I don't know. As of right now, that's pretty a crappy swatch. Then you have Faline or Faline. I don't even know how to pronounce that. This one is so pretty. It is an intense gold shimmer. Just look at that, you guys. Come on. Come on. Young Prince. This one is so pretty. It's like a sunflower matte brown to me. Like a yellow. I don't know. I love it. It's a very pretty color. Then you have Kinda Bashful. I think this is the one that I used as my transition shade that day. It's a matte brown. It's very pretty too. Lastly, we have Whitetail, and this is just another matte with glitter because, you know, Colourpop loves those matte with glitters. Yeah, you guys, it's just a matte with glitter. And those are the shades right there from the Bambi collection, starting from here to here, okay? Also, Bambi was one of those ones that I feel right up there with Thumper. I don't think you need it, but if you want to get it, definitely get it when it's on sale. I don't feel like it's worth the money that they're charging. I don't feel like any of these are worth the money that they're charging, but still. Lastly, we have the Flower palette, which I honestly loved this one. It's super cute. You know, the same thing as the other ones. They have their little figure, you know, person that represents the, like, flower, the skunk. Okay, so I'm going to start with So Shy. So Shy is my inner corner highlight. The only thing I noticed about So Shy, that first color, is that it definitely looks more white in the pan, but once you swatch it, it has this lavender purple sheen to it, and definitely I didn't get it as white. Clearly, when I was using it as inner corner highlight, I was trying to apply it with a brush, and I started noticing this looks more purple than actual white, like the way it looks in the pan. I figured it's a duochrome, white, purple, but you will have me mention if you make it to the tutorial part of that it looked more purple, and I thought it was maybe mixing with all the purple that I had, and it was just turning purple. Now I'm thinking it's just a duochrome, like white with purple shift or something like that. But I did brush my, wet my brush, and it works 1,000 times better with a wet brush. It intensifies it, and it stands out more. It looks pretty. Then you have a pretty flower next to that. This is just a very lavender matte tone purple. I'm here for it. It's very pretty. Like, this entire palette made it worth it. It's very pretty. Look at that. Then you have, oh gosh, this is another very pretty purple. Almost like, it has like a purple gold shift. This is a shimmer. Just like, look how beautiful that is. I use that. I used every single color in this palette. That's the one out of the 3 that I could use all 5 colors. Then you have Little Stinker, and this is a purple matte. I love this one. This is the one that I used. I think I used it down here. That's what it was. This is a very pretty purple. Look at that. And then last, because, you know, matte glitters. This one is called Hibernating. And this one looks like a black matte with purple glitters throughout it. You will have me mention in the actual tutorial that I couldn't tell if it was like a dark matte black with glitter added in, or like a dark purple with glitter added in, because you couldn't really tell. Right now, looking at it, it looks more like a black with purple tone glitter. That's what it looks like. I don't think you guys are going to see all those little glitters, but it's very pretty in person. So definitely that was my favorite one. So those are all the colors in the flower palette. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Hopefully that helped you guys out. Like I said, you know, the flower one is worth getting. The other two, unless, I mean, Bambi obviously is the better of these two. But if you want these two, I would definitely recommend get them on a sale. Don't bother paying full price if you don't have to. The lip glosses, I don't think you really need them. I honestly am wearing the purple one, and I think it's okay, but it's not like all that. And like I said, the gel ones, definitely the purple ones are most unique. That white one, I don't even know why would you guys wear that awful that lighter cream one. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. If you guys want to see how I created this look today, then just stay tuned. So for my first color, I'm gonna use Long Ears, this one right here. It's basically the darkest one that I could honestly use. This one's pretty light. I used every color in here except for that. It just looked too light for me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use Long Ears as a transition shade. It just makes more sense. Okay, so that's the one you guys are going to see me use on this eye. Next, I'm going to use I'm Thumpin', which is that green shade in there. And I'm basically just going to take it with my finger and apply it to the middle area of my eye, just like I did over here. And that is what you guys are going to see me do. And now I'm going to take Great Big Feel. It is a matte tone with glitter. And I'm just going to take that shade. I'm going to apply it right here and over here, just creating that halo eye look, just like I did over here. I am going to take a little bit on the bottom right here with a different brush, just to like take it halfway across. And that's basically what I'm going to do, okay? And now I'm going to take that same I'm Thumping green and I'm going to apply it right here, basically blending into that dark gray, okay? And then for my inner corner highlight, I used Miss Bunny right here, which is just a very, I want to call it like a peachy tone shimmer. That's what it looks like. And I just applied it there using my finger like I always do, okay? So this is the finished eye look today. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm actually very surprised I ended up liking this palette at all. I was not feeling it from the first transition shade, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it was going to do a lot for me because the tones are so muted, so blah, you know? But that green and that inner corner highlight shimmer just like makes this palette, and it takes it up a notch. It gives you that contrasting colors that you need to create a very pretty look like the one I'm wearing right now. So back you guys out and let's move on to the next two tutorials. Okay, so now we're going to use the Bambi palettes. One thing I want to say before I start, you guys, the fallout in here is crazy. It is crazy, especially with the colors Young Prince, kind of like basically the mattes. I don't know about that one. I didn't use that one today, but these three mattes, like, it's bad. It's bad. So for the first color that I'm going to use Young Prince, which is like a caramel brown, super pretty. That is the one you guys are going to see me use as my transition shade, okay? Next, I'm going to go in with Kind of Bashful right here, which is just a darker matte brown than that first one. And that one, I'm just going to apply it on the overall lid, like really right, all right here, right? Just patting it on. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go back in with Young Prince right here, and I'm going to apply that all on my bottom lid, okay? Next, we're going to go in with White Tail, and it is a dark chocolate matte brown with glitter in it. I am going to use it right here and down here halfway, okay? So for my inner corner highlight, I used Falling. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it is a super gold metallic shimmer, and I love it. And you're just going to see me pat it in there with my finger, okay? So this is the finished eye look today. Hopefully you guys like it. It's just a neutral palette to me. I'm not really gravitating towards neutral palettes. I don't think it's a bad palette, but I feel that the fallout and the color payoff is two different things. Not necessarily a bad thing, but that fallout, come on, like, how long do you expect that palette, the shadow, to last you if it's crazy falling out like that? Will it be worth what the palette's worth, you know? I don't feel like it is. Unless you get it on sale, then maybe it's worth it. Other than that, it gives me serious, the Sunflower palette vibes. But yeah, you guys, let me back you guys out and we'll go on to the final tutorial, which is the one with the flower palette, okay? Okay, you guys, so for my first color, I went in with Pretty Flower right here. It is a very pretty lavender matte, and that's the one you're going to see me use as my transition shade, okay? Next, I went in with Oh Gosh, which is this beautiful purple shimmer. I basically just used my finger and I patted it over my whole entire eye, okay? Next, I'm going to go into Hibernating, and Hibernating is basically between a dark purple. It looks like a matte black with purple glitter in it, but I could easily be wrong, and simply it's just like a very dark purple, almost a black, but it does have glitter, just letting you guys know. And that glitter falls out. You do get a ton of fallout right here, so definitely with that shade, only that shade I experienced that. So with that shade, I recommend Eyes before the rest of your face. That's the only one that I had the trouble with. Or it's easily just clean, you know, just lightly clean and re-put your foundation. That's what I did anyway, so it is doable either way. But that's the one you guys are going to see me use. I'm going to pat it right here and down here, okay? And then next I took Little Stinker right here, which is a matte purple, very pretty purple. And I'm just going to apply it right here, down here, basically blending in into that color that's already there, okay? Lastly, for my inner corner highlight, you guys, I used So Shy. And So Shy is just this white base highlight. It almost has this little bit of pink in it. It's very pretty, you guys, don't get me wrong, but I had kind of a hard experience using it, I want to say. Not like extremely hard, but it was kind of a, I don't know. I basically tried to use a brush to apply it in that corner, right? I used my little brush here because I have nails, so I can't do it with my finger. And then I noticed that it wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it to be, so I had to spray my brush. And then I don't know what it is, maybe because of all the other purples I have, it just started to turn it into this light lavender purple instead of that white that's clearly in the pan. So I don't know, it just kind of like it became this thing like where it was a bummer that it didn't perform as white as I would have wanted to, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I just didn't get that color. I ended up with this very watered down lavender right there, which is still pretty. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing like that, you know. Too much purple on my eye, that's probably my fault, you know, user error, but I'm just letting you guys know that's the one I use in my corner, okay? And I'm just gonna do what I told you guys. I'm gonna do it right now, dry first, and then I'm gonna spray my brush and apply it wet, okay? So that's it for the eye look, you guys. I'm gonna go and put some mascara on, and I did use one of the cream gel liners from this collection. I think I'm not even sure which one I used. And it didn't make a whole lot of difference. Honestly, it wasn't even worth using because you can't even tell it's on there. I used this one that's called Purdy. So it's like a lavender type of shade. But yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to put it underneath my waterline and I'm going to do some mascara and I'll be right back to give you guys a close-up, okay? So this is the finished eye look today, you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. I really love purples. Obviously, if you've seen me for a while, I love purple tones. I like this palette in its entirety. It makes an entire look, you know, seamlessly. It has no problems. I think out of all three, this is by far my favorite one. So yeah, you guys, let me back you guys out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on all three of these palettes. Okay, you guys, so I'm back, and honestly, between these three, the purple one is my favorite, like I said when I gave the close-up. Flower, it has my heart because I used every single shade in here, right, to create a complete look, and I love that. I love the vibrancy of these colors, like, oh, God. I'm loving this look. It's honestly a very pretty look, and I'm thinking this side is kind of, like, off with that darkened color, but, you know, I'm not going to let that bother me. But it is a pretty palette. Thumper, man. Okay, this was that palette where I didn't have high hopes for it, and it surprised me. Like at the end of that video, I remember when at the end of that tutorial when I did it that day, I was like, "Oh, this is not, you know, this is not that bad." It was one of those things where I went in completely thinking this is going to be horrible, cool tones. It's going to clash with my skin tone. It's going to look stupid on me, right? That's what I thought straight up the back. And then after I created the look, I was like, ooh, this is not that bad. Like, the only bad thing I will say, I don't see a need for Friend Owl and Long Ears. They're like so close that they might as well be the same person. And it makes no sense to me why they put same shades, maybe one freaking tone difference. It irritates me that they do that, but they basically did. That's the one that I used on my transition shade. I didn't even use my Friend Owl. My Friend Owl was kind of useless. Like I said, they're so close in tone that there was no way to possibly use it. Plus, it was a matte, and I felt like I couldn't use it. So I couldn't use this one in entirety. That's a really pretty shade, this shimmer right here, that's called Miss Bunny. The only thing I would say out of this entire palette, the things that bothered me out of this, I'm not crazy about those matte with glitters. You guys already know, but that one wasn't even the worst. The worst offender was I'm Thumping, which is that green. Very beautiful green when it goes on. So beautiful. Like, it stands out. It's like metallic. But after 2 hours, it wasn't like that no more. It was just like this very dull, dead sage color, which wasn't doing it for me. So I was like, okay, if it had retained its intensity, I would have said, heck yeah, for sure, 100% buy that palette. That's such a pretty palette. But after that, I was like, you're just okay now. You're just okay. I don't need you like that. Bambi. Y'all already know I have like this, I don't gravitate towards neutrals. Once in a while, one will catch my eye like that, but it's not my go-to. So it's like this love and hate relationship between neutrals. I don't find anything extraordinary about Bambi. Bambi's just a very... I want to think that it's like a smaller version of the Sunflower palette, but it's better because it has that one shade of shimmer in there, and the other one's all mattes, right? Little April Shower is the only one that I don't see myself using. I could have used the rest of them, and I think that was the one that I didn't get to use. I didn't use that color. I used all 4 of these and not that one. So again, like I said, 2 palettes that you can't... I mean, it depends on your shade of skin tone, of course, too. But for me, as a tan person, those 2 shades from either one of these ones was like, did it make it worth it? Heck no. If you get this on sale and you like it, buy it. Don't pay full price for these. I don't think they're really worth. If you can't possibly use all 5 shades, why do you need it? Unless you're like collecting like me, you know, you're basically a collector at this point. You got so many dang palettes, you're going to drown and you're going to be buried in them, basically. That's how bad it's gotten, you know? I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magica. Bye, you guys.